I'm Dale Baucum, a potter here in Memphis, Tennessee. Along with my wife, Bryn, we own Baucum Pottery. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make a tray using a drape mold, a wooden drape mold. The first step is you need to form a slab. This slab that I made, I used a slab roller, and the slab is about 3/8 of an inch thick. As you can see here, there are some interesting tricks to flip the slab around without creating stress on it, using boards and whatever is handy. Here I'm putting the base on the wooden mold, getting ready to receive the slab. Okay, I'm cutting the edges off so it'll make it easier to do the flip. Carefully remove the plywood board and very gently press down on all four sides, making sure that you don't get wrinkles in the clay, but just taking your time. You develop a feel for this the more you do it. Take a spatula or a potter's rib and very carefully smooth the sides. This aligns the clay particles up and it creates a nice crisp edge on the outside of the form, and it also creates a nice sharp line on the inside of the form where the mold rests against the clay. The next step is to use a wire tool, and you run it along the very bottom edge of the mold. This gives you the nice shape of the mold. Gives a nice crisp line here. There we go. All four sides have been cut. Now, I take a straight edge and put a line at the base. This gives a point where it will catch the glaze should it run in firing, and it also gives it some definition. It gives me a guideline when I'm getting ready to glaze to make sure that I don't put glaze on the bottom. Flip it over. Oh, that's great. Okay, there comes the mold. It has to be absolutely ready before you do this. On this piece, it dried for about 3 hours before I did the flip to remove the mold. You can tell when it's ready because around the edge it will separate from the bottom of the mold about 1/8 of an inch. It's very important that it has let loose all the way around. If you do it too soon, it's not going to work, and you'll just have to develop a feel for doing that. A lot of it depends on your drying conditions and what the weather is like. I'm putting the decoration on the piece. After I trimmed the outer edge with the little cheese cutter, it was ready to receive the decoration. There was not any weight at this stage. I pressed the leaves in, I brushed the slip over, and then there's another waiting period before you can take the leaves out. It might be an hour, hour and a half. I discovered in making, this is the very first time I've used this mold, and it seems to be going really well. But I found a good use for the mold. You take it off the stand, and in your decorating process you might distort your piece a little bit, but you can put it back into alignment by using the edge of the mold. It just fits perfectly. Okay, some time has passed and it's dry, and I can pull the leaves out and reveal the impression. For this project, I made a total of 5 of these pieces, and you can decorate them in any way imaginable. Some of them are elaborate and some are simple, and you'll see that at the end of the video. Here I'm getting ready to put the handles on, which really is an interesting process. I have made these twisted handles, and it's a matter of scoring the piece, both the handle and the inside surface of the tray, and cutting a little slot out, a finger slot, as you can see there, and you do that on each end, and really sets the piece off nicely. You put a little water or a little slurry or slip at the point where you're going to attach the handle and give it firm pressure. Here's a good use for the mold. To keep from deforming the piece, I am ramming the edge of the mold against the end of the tray, and that gives you a huge flat surface to put all your force on, and gives you a very, very good joint. That's kind of a cool little trick. Here I'm using the mold again to keep from deforming the piece. I have various stamps and kanji stamps and ways of giving the piece texture, and here we go. It's kind of like a dance. I've been making pieces similar to this for so long. I pretty much go with the flow. It's kind of like singing a song. You really know exactly how it's going to come out. But oh, all right. This one is finished, and it's going to join the other ones on the tray, and there we have 5 pieces. And there's a good variety between them, but they have that same feel. Actually, the 5th one, as you see, is on the mold there. When they come out of the kiln, you'll see what the 5th one looked like. Oh, here we go. We had a great firing. They stacked nicely. The glazes just really dance beautifully. It's a very interesting shape.